Hey guys, what's up? This is Dr. Rain and again back with a new video. So in this video we will see that how we can do certain mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication and all these stuffs out there. So let's begin. So suppose we need to add two numbers or multiply or divide or whatever. So first we need to take two numbers from the user. For that we need two variable, as I told you in the previous video, that if you want to take some input from the user, you must know how to you must create a variable. Okay, so first we will create two variables, and since we are going to carry out mathematical operations, we assume, or it's true that we want integer value. So int x y. So yeah, this is how you can define two or more variables of same data type in a single statement. Okay, instead of doing this, better you do this. Okay, it's better. So we have defined two variables x and y, which are going to take integer value from the user. So first now we will printf something on the screen. Printf enter two numbers to be added, and of course the end line character and semicolon. Okay, scanf. Okay, now inside the scanf, as I told you in the earlier video, that you need to tell the compiler that what type of value you are going to take from the user. So for that, inside double quotation, you need to type %d if you are taking integer value. Okay, and again %d, since you are taking two values, you have to type it twice, and after comma you need to type x and y. Okay, x and y, comma separated must be, x and y. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so you have just you are almost done with this. Enter two numbers, and then the compiler will you will see that you are asked to enter two numbers that will be stored in x and y. Now let me tell you something very important. If you have typed here df, and if you have defined y as a float value, then x will take an integer value and y will take a float value. They are simultaneously. Okay, I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, I will show that later. Okay, so it's done. After that, what you need to do is printf the sum of two numbers, or you can do this, the sum of %d and %d is %d. Okay, I will explain you how it works. After that, for first %d, we need the sum of x. Okay, sum of x. Okay, I forgot one thing, that is the amp sign. Amp sign is very important here. When in a scanf, you must put amp sign before the name of the variable that are taking the values. Okay, x comma the next, the sum of x and y. Okay, is what? X plus y. Okay, so our program is complete. It's done. Let's now run this. First of all, let me build it. There are no errors. Now let's run. Enter two numbers to be added, 5, 6. Okay, the sum of 5 and 6 is 11. Now again, let's see once more. The sum of 0 and 0 is 0, of course. Okay, now let's convert it to subtraction. Okay, number. Okay, one more thing, it's not to be added, to be subtracted. subtracted, of course, and the two numbers to be subtracted, 6 from 5, I mean 5 from 6, whatever, 5 from 6, obviously 5 from 6. Now let's take something else. 5, I mean 6 from 5. Now it is 6 from 5 and we got -1. Yeah, of course. Now let's check out the multiplication. Let's run this and let's multiply something like 1 and 0. It would be 0, of course it's 0, and 5 and 6, 5 6 is 30. Okay, so one more thing, divide. Let's divide some stuff. Okay, what I'm doing, okay, so we are going to divide 10 by 5. It's 2. That's great. And we will divide again. Okay, okay, let's divide something by 0. 1 divided by 0. Okay, it crashed, I mean it crashed or whatever, it didn't give any result. So it's a mathematical error, of course it's a mathematical error. Okay, so apart from that, let's do one more thing. Let's divide 2 by 3. It's 0, but it should not be 0. Let me show you how. Calc, where are you? I need you. Okay, open this. So okay, when we divide 2 divided by 3, it comes out 0.666666. okay, whatever. So but as we can see here, 2 divided by 3 is 0. Why it is? Because we have already told our compiler that we are going to define x and y and they are integer, and our answer, that is scanf, is also taking integers, and in printf we have %d, everything is in integer, so the answer will be in integer and it will consider only the digit that is before the decimal, I mean 0.66. so it takes 0 and leaves the decimal part. For that we need to do something here. What we need to define these as float. Okay, so we have float x, y, and enter two numbers to be, just enter two numbers. Okay, it's misleading. Okay, after that scanf %d, okay, whatever it is, we have to change this to f because we are going to take float numbers. Okay, %f, which will be stored in x and y and not the sum, I mean when the division, let's say division, whatever, division of this by this, okay, is okay. So these will be %f, of course, f, and here also f. Okay, now x and y divided by x divided by y, of course. Okay, let's the first number be 2 and the second number be 3. We got 0.66667. Now there's one more thing. As you can see that by default there are up to 6 decimal places. Our answer is up to 6 decimal places. We can change this. How we can change this is just before the % and f in our final answer, just put up to how many digits you want, up to how many decimal places you want your answer. Suppose you want up to 3, just put dot and 3 and then you run, and it will surely take some time. 2 divided by 3 and you got 0.667. okay, suppose you want it up to 1 decimal place, you can do this. 2 divided by 3, you got 0.7. okay, and suppose you put something like 20, let's see what happens, and you divide 2 by 3. okay, I mean I don't know if it's true or not, whatever. So that was the program in which you just got to know about, sorry for the background noises, I'm extremely sorry. You just got to know about how you can actually carry out some mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, and all these stuffs. People usually create this program by creating one more variable that is called the sum or division or the result, in which they usually put their final values and then they print that value. So it's quite useless. You just do just like this. Okay, it's nice. So thank you guys, let's see in the next tutorial.